Travis Wayne Goodsell. Guys, I'm being notified by Google, Academia, LinkedIn, more so after my video about Todd, my brother. The people are checking me out now. Guys, I haven't upgraded any of that. I think I might have added something new on Academia for when I was going to be interviewed, but I didn't really upgrade the posts like I wanted to. So let me explain. My 24-page resume will not be found. I was mocking my brother. I still have to write it out, and I have no intention of doing so. But what happened was that I was freed from the church's Utah concentration camp, and I saw a news article today about how Holocaust Jews, as well as previous Jews before Nazi Germany, were being held in a Long Island concentration camp. This was from the Jerusalem Post, but nonetheless, I was freed in 2014 per se. Right before the Tetrad. And so when I got out and I heard about the lunar eclipse in April, I was like, oh, well, that's curious. I wonder if a prophet will die like Faust and Hinckley. Because I'm a scientist. I designed my education to develop theories, like I say in the video. And so I was just performing a test. And there's nothing I can do. I just have to wait and see if there's a pattern. And there was. I just had to wait years later to find out what it was. Or the next year, technically. And so I am able to obtain this computer for $40 back in 2014. And I'm reintroduced to the internet because back in the 2000s I had the AOL disk that you plug in and the dial phone thing through your phone system. You've got mail. Now, well, my dad got Hot Wink or Porn Link or whatever it was called. It was a security system to target words related to sexual stuff. And he was attacked by a virus in their system by having to email to relatives for genealogy who have Hotmail accounts. And because it's connected through the phone system, it infected my computer. And so I never even got a chance to see if there were porn sites. I was too busy getting denied having my post on the Deseret News. And being in contact with Gary Greenberg of 101 Myths of the Bible, and that was pretty much it. It was mostly being used for my research to develop the research publications, that because of being locked up, my dad did not preserve the fonts, and so when he gave me the files, didn't carry the fonts with it, and so it got published on Amazon, and I had to insert a key to, and so I'm still in the process of restoring those to its original script. But I resumed that research with translation and restoring all my original research that didn't survive the transfer of files by my dad. And I had to figure out, and my Elders Quorum president, downtown Salt Lake, where I was living, helped me out, taught me a few things for the new updated Windows system, and proceeded to get involved in that. And I knew that I needed protection from the church, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Yeah, I made sure to get my temple recommend again and resume genealogy so that I can do temple work, and that's how I saw Russell M. Nelson at the temple, and he gave me a dirty look while he was picking up one of the cards he dropped. Was I supposed to do it for you? I was waiting for the crowd to disperse and you to move along so that I can go down the stairs and do my temple work. And do the which no longer is this, it's just this now, as the thumb is the reminder of the knife. And other time where he was doing initiatory when I arrived, so I had to wait for him to get out before I could go in. And then saw him at the Smith Superstore downtown. That was the first contact with Nelson. And I think I think that's what he's doing. He's upset and seeking revenge because I didn't go out of my way to cater to him. Hold on here. My video that I did before my run is finished uploading, so I gotta check the voice to mouth. That is one good show. Ta-da! It works. Alright, so Kryptonite to the LDS Church. It's 45 minutes, so you'll have to wait for this one. Book of Mormon is Kryptonite to LDS Church. Alright. Now that's saving. And this fog right. But I knew I needed to also get married so that my wife could be my shield and protection to me against the power of the destroyer until I have finished my work on the earth, rather than the magic underwear. I knew that much, that the magic underwear isn't going to protect me against the church. A woman will. And I almost had an opportunity. I was changing her. I was turning her. She had no interest. She was just being charitable. The guys don't want charity. If you ain't in it, don't even tease the guy. No charity. That's not the charity that is to be given charity. And ended up being sent here. And that's when I married Karen. And so, yeah, I'm thinking, oh, wow, okay. I'm released just before Armageddon. I now have a shield and a protection to me against the power of the destroyer until I have finished my work on the earth, and resumed publication. And at my wedding reception, held at the Stake Center, because we were married in Salt Lake Temple, room number 13, had our wedding feast at the Lion House, the carcass with the beehive in it. And so yes, the Great and Abominable Church. And an old friend from the older singles ward that I was in had found me on Facebook and learned of my wedding. So yeah, they got an invitation. And she brought her husband, and her husband works at Amazon and was talking to a couple others about book publication and how simple it is. He was talking about how you can take photos of your ceiling and publish it as a book, as long as it meets the 24 minimum pages. And all for free, and you can get royalties from the sales of the book. As Amazon, as I now know, and even more now, take a huge chunk of your work from you for their profit. So he can have a penis-shaped spaceship with the penis-shaped smile. Is there something you need to talk about, Bezos? I don't want to hear it. And apparently neither did your first wife. But the Saudis, yeah, they were listening, weren't they? They were very attentive. Anyway, and so, yeah, I then searched to find what he was talking about. And tried to, it was on Create Space, I think it was first called, before it became part of KDP. And because previous to that, the government gave me compensation for being locked up in a concentration camp for 6 years of $20,000. Not even 1 year. But nonetheless, I published through an actual company, spending several $1,000s on what I had to update it, but it was my Paleo-Hebrew theory. I can't remember the title of it now. It was kind of long, but it is still available on Kindle on Amazon. But I am suspicious that it was through the company, so maybe it's okay. Like I said, I did an updated version, but I don't think that one's on Kindle because of the problems with Kindle. They demand you put in a Word rather than a PDF as the format, And I quickly learned, after I found a site that shows my reviews, that they were not recognizing my ancient fonts. And so I spent a whole day going through all the publications list, going through to delete them. And Amazon still keeps them in there. They're not really deleted. They're still there. They're just not on Amazon for you to see. I think at first they'll show that it's been taken down so that there's no way to purchase it. It's not available right now. Something like that. But yeah, I literally had dozens. Probably even hundreds. It's been so long now, because that was all 2015, 2016 when that happened. I was married on October 1st. Emma's birthday. But it was November 2016, right before the election, November 4th. Still remember it. The TV was in the bedroom, and Karen was doing dishes or cleaning the sink, one of the three. And I think I'd been cleaning in the bathroom or something, and I heard them talk about an eclipse, and stepped into the bedroom to watch that segment, and yeah, I went, I knew exactly what that meant. And so I knew that it's not just some little fun test thing for lunar eclipses. Now this was getting serious. And I had not finished the full restoration and publication of the Paleo-Hebrew script. And so you need to understand that. It's on Academia. It's a 2-part book. You have to get the index too. And technically you can just get the index. That is sufficient. And it's actually more condensed for you. But because of the page requirement, I couldn't publish more than a certain number. And so I had to redesign the whole thing, and eventually got frustrated and said, okay, fine, with 2 books, the index will be the second one. And so that's why the first one is designed the way it is. But the index covers everything in the first book for the most part. It just doesn't have any explanations. It's just a picture thing with words telling you what the pictures are. And so I do have references to Gardner's sign lists and stuff like that. But I still need to do the vocabulary. As I said, I needed to redo the whole thing because of the font scandal. And if you don't understand, it's volumes. I did the video back in the day on YouTube when I found that I could do videos on YouTube. And so when you go to Travis Wayne Goodsell and you click on the filter thing or whatever, and it says popular, old, new, you click on the old, you'll see the beginning videos I was doing. And so you'll see my philosophy of Mormonism as well as Egyptian and Paleo-Hebrew stuff. And so yeah, it kind of sucks for presentation. I'm learning my movie maker, learning doing videos and stuff like that. And I think there was a mistake on one of them, or two. But yeah, that's the joys of doing it myself, trying to learn it as I go, rather than learning it, taking years. Well, there's all this stuff that needs to be out. I'm very impatient. And so I hadn't finished the publication for Paleo-Hebrew script yet, and I knew I needed to get going on my ancient knowledge of constellation, signs in the heavens interpretation down, and get back into that again. And so I was merging, because I'm patient, merging what I was learning from the signs in the heavens. When LeVar Edwards died, yeah, I'm doing tests on all of this to try to see if I can see patterns. And yes, there was a sign in the heavens pattern when he died. You know, horses. There's the horse pattern. Huh, cool. Did that little tribute to him. And published it on Amazon. And I don't think I did a video on YouTube for it. Let's see if it's still available. If I can find it. Amazon's algorithms sort of silence me on YouTube or on Amazon. Travis Goodsell LeVar Edwards. Yeah, hand cream. Yes, that's what I was looking for. A VR headset. Blood circulation supplement. You see, Amazon just sucks. It's not what I'm looking for. In books. Go tell the bees that I'm gone. The boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. Oh my God! They've completely taken me off of Amazon. Sign in heaven. There it is. Would help if I spelled Lavelle right. A celestial tribute to Lavelle Edwards, identifying the signs in the heavens. It's still available on Prime. The paperback is $5. I tried to make it as low as I could, but that's as high as they forced me to price it. I'd give it away for free if I could, and I can on Amazon, I guess, or Academia. Yeah, use fewer keywords or try these instead. No, this is what I was looking for. And it has the audiobook still. Free with audio trial. Available instantly. That one I got impatient with because I had to find somebody who can do it rather quickly. And it mostly takes months for people to go through them. So I did find, let's see if they have his name, or if it was somebody else. Yeah, Trevor Klinger is the narrator for this one. He is the one who was able to do a lot of my books at a quicker pace. So yeah, if you're into audio, there it is. But the paperback is $5. You can see I have the older Stellarium program. Took me a while to find the one I currently have, which I am kind of surprised because Amazon no longer allows that kind of picture because the print is too small. That's not important to the book. People don't need to see what it says. But yeah, I started to get problems with Amazon, and it could be that guy who married and I had from the older singles ward. But yeah, December 30th, 2016. So yeah, the YouTube video that's number one, the LDS return to, let's take you to that. Lightning struck. Travis did so. It's good to see Stephen Colbert back on stage, where other people can write his jokes. Travis Wayne Goodsell. Alright, sort by. Most popular. Lightning will strike. 38,000K. The LDS dates for the return to Independence, Missouri. So this was obviously before I saw the Joseph Smith papers with 19 July 1840. Southern Illinois. And has direct connection to that sign in the heaven that I show you, as I didn't realize I could actually do a computer snapshot, so I was using my camera, and so there's an overexposure glare of the white spots on the screen. So that's why it looks all bright like that, because of that. Alright, the video is ready to upload for you. So, no, we don't want to save. We already saved. Lightning will strike. But that video was done in July, as I had found 23rd September 2017 from Revelation chapter 12. And so that's why I'm going over this, is I'm brand new in restoring my knowledge on the subject matter, and all this is brand new for me for the latter days. And so I'm having to combine my knowledge of Mormonism with my education in scripture and anthropology and the languages of Egyptian, Paleo-Hebrew. Everything is now being utilized with scientific theory development, all being utilized to figure out what's going on now, as I knew we are now in the latter days. So when Nelson came out this last October conference to finally declare, oh hey, by the way guys, we're in the latter days. A little late. A little late. So yeah, 38,946, July 18th. That's when I did this video. And it still is my number one video because YouTube has made sure to keep my numbers low. As I think they made sure that those of you who are not signed into my channel don't get counted. I think that was one of the changes they had to make, because the prophets got exposed on TWG for the video on TWG. Sort by most popular. LDS Church to abolish Book of Mormon for April 2021 General Conference. Yeah, not too long ago, huh? But you'll notice my number one, breaking LDS news, Russell M. Nelson changes temple covenants again. That was back in 2019, and they're saying it's a year ago. But again, oh yeah, that was, yeah. That's my fault. I was suing the church and brought that out in the case. And so yes, it's in the public domain. You have to pay, I guess, to get them, but you can have them. Or you can watch the videos of me reading them to you. I expose the death penalties and the changes that Nelson was making to restore polygamy. As everybody else was focused on, oh, Eve finally is being independent and as a real woman of strength and power. She quoting from Moses, the selections in the book of Moses. Dear God, people, you got chump changed by Nelson. And so that's only 7.7K. Yeah, little baby Yoda, cancelled! And you can see the signs in the heavens. The one from 23rd September 2017 and 8 April 2024. That crosses in southern Illinois. Oh, how did Joseph know? And so here you have number 2, 5.2 thousand, list and order of all LDS Mormon Church last days signs in heaven. And it still needs to be updated now. That was a year ago. We're now in a tetrad. But you can see where those two solar eclipses cross in the United States. I got a snapshot photo from another guy's video. He's not Mormon. He's a branch off Mormon. But nonetheless, it's useful because he's correct. He caught it. So good for you. But there's more to the story that he doesn't know. And so then, yeah, my little quick one, LDS Last Days Exodus has begun. It's at 4K. Still a year ago. Because I understood a certain thing that YouTube wants to ban videos of mine for warning you to follow medical professionals, is found in the Doctrine and Covenants, section 45, verse 31. Heaven forbid that Joseph Smith should actually know of an enemy plot for the latter days. And who is the real misinformers, YouTube? And so, yeah, 9 months is the closest at the top, 5. And that's the abolished Book of Mormon. Because it's clear, the church cannot keep the Book of Mormon. It's kryptonite to them. They thought that it was going to help as their cover story, but it's now proving to destroy them. And so, yeah, the 2021 April LDS General Conference pre-show, 1.9K, 8 months ago, with Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon nuked above the conference center. Oh yeah, the time capsule is number 5. The earthquake is number 6. Nobody wanted to hear how it was Gabriel that knocked the horn out of Moroni. But yeah, the day after my birthday even. And then 1.9K for the pre-show, and then Esdras, second Esdras. Latter-day Prophecy 1.5 because I saw somebody else was doing it and they did it all wrong. So I stepped in to do it. So then, yeah, the list in order, number 2, that was an updated version of number 8, LDS Last Days Exodus, identifying the Mormon signs in the heaven. Yeah. It's at 1.3. And then there's others. No, I don't think LDS Prophet reveals Latter-day signs in heaven. It's at 9999. Does anybody want to make it 1,000? I think you have to sign in. But here's one that has been creeping up because of the word Somali. 23andMe is my DNA, and they came out with an email saying, hey, we've now connected you to markers with Somalis. Not 50 years ago, as people want to be racist. And so yeah, all of a sudden I'm now part of the Somali family, which in my concentration camp there was a Somali, Omar, who was murdered by a returned missionary who got married, Mormon, who was in there for murdering his wife because he said that she was of the devil. And so, of course, he can't be put in prison. He has to be put in the concentration camp instead. And Omar was there because he didn't speak English very well. I went looking for that the other day, found it. It's in the Deseret News. The Mormon was given probation. And the family is just, yeah, welcome to America. Bleep you. We locked up your son because he doesn't speak English well. And he's a foreigner, and he's black, from Somali. Somalia. And so, yeah, I was up. I woken up. My cellmate had to wear a face mask to breathe. And so the guards had to watch him at night. So the door was open, and so I was woken up, and the guard told me, as the other guy just slept right through it, that what had happened. The Mormon did not like his snoring and smothered him with a pillow, which woke him up, but he already was at a disadvantage, and trying to push him off, he was able to get him off onto the floor, but it was too late. He had managed to scratch his hands or arms or whatever, but he died. He was murdered, and they gave him probation. And so out of memorial to Omar, I asked to add his job to the one I had, which was taking out trash. And the reason why I had a job in the first place was because I was saying, hey, the law requires that you provide me with religious materials. I'm asking for Egyptian religious materials. Where are they? They had no problem giving me the Book of Mormon or the LDS Quad. But going beyond that, oh hell no. They put up a fuss and a fight. And so my complaints needed to be covered up, and so I was then given a job so that I can pay for them myself. But of course it takes a while because you only get like 2 cents an hour. You know, the right to no cruel and unusual punishment. And I wasn't convicted of anything. It's a concentration camp. I petitioned the government for a redress of grievances concerning the church. And so, yeah, I am the enemy. You cannot sue in Utah, especially when it's the church. It is illegal. They don't give a damn about the laws of the United States. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. That's why Oaks is going around, religious freedom! We need to change the laws to protect us so that we can commit crime. And so, yeah. But that's why you don't see my LinkedIn, Amazon, Academia, and Google updated. It's because of the latter days. I knew I needed to warn you because I'm the only one that knows it, per se. There are those who know it because they're the ones causing it. They know all about it. And they need me silenced. And they win. They finally got me. And so I'm doing these videos to try to help warn you. And the church is still silencing me through YouTube. So please understand, you have to watch my videos. That's where the information about me is. And I know it sucks. There's over 1,000 on Travis Wayne Goodsell. I was shut down on that channel. I was being attacked and YouTube sided with the attacker. You can see right what was going on right when they shut me down. And so I went to TWG, which was supposed to be for the business, because Travis Wayne Goodsell transitioned from my business into warning to Mormons. It's the latter days, we're all doomed, we're all going to die, to getting shut down because, well, you can say that we're in the latter days, but you can't say that the church is responsible. But they are. No, you can't say that. No, the church is untouchable. No, they're not. They're criminals. No, you can't say that. Yes, I can. They're criminals. No, you were denied your petition for a redress of grievance in the federal courts because of the Mormon judges. You can't. Yeah, 45 minutes to tell you that you're not going to see any information about me.